Thousands of trucks ready for sale, just sitting unused in lots.
Cars are also more expensive now, which automakers have blamed on supply shortages, leading to an increase in demand.
We're counting down the 15 pickup trucks under $6,500 that truly never die. A list car companies would rather you never see. While they push overcomplicated, pricey new models built to fail, these unsung workhorses just keep racking up miles and outlasting payments. From legendary engines and farmer-proven frames to hidden design swaps and secret fixes, these affordable trucks survive storms, rust, and neglect, costing fractions of today's bloated sticker prices. What sets them apart? Unbreakable parts you can actually fix, reliability the ads ignore, and owner stories the automakers hope go untold. Which bargain pickup outlasts the rest? And why do the big brands keep their durability buried? Let's kick off the countdown with number 15. In the 15th place, the Toyota Tacoma from 1995 to 2004 stands as the attainable forever truck, one that quietly refuses to quit, no matter how hard car companies try to phase it out. Powered by the famously unkillable 2.7-liter four-cylinder and the overbuilt 3.4-liter V6, these Tacomas are known to cross 400,000 miles on original drivetrains, with VIN-backed survivors documented at 450,000 miles and beyond. Listings regularly appear between $4,000 and $6,500, especially for two-wheel drive and earlier models, and parts are everywhere thanks to shared components with the 4Runner. Frame rust is the main enemy, but Toyota's recall campaign and a thriving aftermarket keep clean examples on the road. One farmer in Nebraska, who bought his Tacoma new in 1996, still uses it daily for fence repairs and feed runs, never needing more than basic maintenance. While automakers push complex tech and expensive repairs, this Tacoma proves that simple, honest engineering and owner loyalty outlast planned obsolescence every time. Number 14. The Ford Ranger from 1998 to 2011 has quietly become the backbone of American work sites and driveways for one reason. It just keeps going when others give up. Powered by the famously simple 2.3-liter DOHC four-cylinder and the nearly indestructible 3-liter Vulcan V6, this Ranger was built for the kind of owners who value a truck that works as hard as they do. It's not about luxury or oversized badges, just honest, blue-collar reliability. Ask any tradesman who's run one past 400,000 miles. One electrician in Oklahoma tells the story of his 2001 Ranger crossing the 500,000-mile mark on original internals, still starting every morning after decades of job site abuse. Parts are everywhere, thanks to decades of production and shared DNA with the Mazda B-Series, and repairs are so easy that most fixes can be handled in a driveway with basic tools. While it won't outhaul a full size, no other truck in this price range offers such a cheap, bulletproof path to 500,000 miles. Number 13. The Chevy S10 and its twin, the GMC Sonoma from 1994 to 2004, have quietly earned a reputation as the compact pickups that just won't quit, even when the big manufacturers would rather you forget they ever existed. The heart of these trucks is the 4.3-liter V6, an engine famous among tow operators and small business owners for its torque and sheer stubbornness. Stories of S10s racking up 380,000 miles without a major rebuild aren't rare. One tow yard owner in Arizona restored his 1997 S10 after a decade of abuse, putting it back on the road for less than the cost of a month's rent. Listings regularly surface between $2,000 and $6,000, especially for the V6 models, and the aftermarket ecosystem is massive, making engine swaps, lift kits, and seat replacements both cheap and easy. While the interior is tight and plastics can feel dated, the S10 and Sonoma are the backbone of a swap culture that thrives on simplicity and parts interchange. Intake manifold gasket leaks are the main mechanical watch point, but documented guides and cheap replacement parts keep these trucks alive long after others are scrapped. For anyone looking for an affordable, endlessly rebuildable workhorse, This GM compact is proof that durability doesn't have to come in a full-size package. Number 12. The Nissan Frontier and its D21 hardbody predecessor from 1986 to 2004 stands as the stubborn survivor. The big brands don't want you to notice. Powered by the KA24 4-cylinder, this truck's secret weapon is a timing chain instead of a belt. A simple upgrade that means less worrying about catastrophic engine failure and more time on the road. One desert outfitter in Nevada documented 340,000 miles on his D21, with nothing more than routine chain service and basic valve adjustments. Listings regularly show up between $2,500 and $6,500, especially in the Southwest, where rust is a footnote, not a death sentence. In the Northeast, frame corrosion is the main threat, but clean examples still slip through, outlasting rivals that rust away in half the time. The interior may feel like a time capsule, but every part was designed for abuse. Manual windows, basic electronics, and a valve train that shrugs off missed oil changes. For anyone seeking a budget Japanese pickup that refuses to die, the Frontier and D21 hardbody deliver rugged independence car companies would rather keep in the shadows. Number 11. The Chevrolet Silverado 1500 from 1999 to 2006 marks the shift from compact survivors to full-size legends built to outwork and outlast the competition. Under the hood, the LS Family V8, available in both 4.8 and 5.3 liters, has earned a reputation for crossing the 300,000-mile threshold with basic maintenance, and documented survivors have even eclipsed 420,000 miles without a full engine rebuild. It's the kind of truck you'll still spot on ranches and job sites, hitched to horse trailers or loaded with hay, thanks to a frame and suspension designed for real-world abuse. One rancher in Texas tells of his 2001 Silverado still pulling cattle after 2 decades, with only a transmission swap at 220,000 miles and a few cooling system upgrades, repairs made affordable by the ocean of salvage parts and aftermarket support. Listings for work-ready examples with clean titles regularly fall between $3,500 and $6,500, making it one of the most accessible full-size V8 trucks for buyers who value longevity over showroom shine. The Achilles heel is the 4L60E automatic transmission, which often needs attention after 200,000 miles, but the engine itself shrugs off abuse that would sideline lesser trucks. In a market obsessed with new tech and flashy badges, the Silverado 1500 GMT 800 stands as a quiet rebellion, proof that honest engineering and a massive parts network can keep a truck alive long after the warranty crowd has moved on. Number 10. The Ford F-150 from 2004 to 2008 with the 4.6-liter V8 stands as the dependable workhorse car companies would rather see fade into the background. While the headlines always focus on the notorious 5.4-liter and its cam phaser nightmares, seasoned contractors and fleet managers know the 4.6 is the secret to long-haul reliability. This engine shrugs off high mileage. Documented survivors have crossed the 320,000-mile mark on original internals, with basic coil pack and intake gasket maintenance. It's not the fastest or the most fuel-efficient, but it's the F-150 you can actually trust to start every morning, even when the odometer reads like a phone number. In today's market, clean examples with 200,000 miles still trade well under $6,500, especially in the Midwest and South, where rust is less of a threat. Coil packs and intake gaskets are the common maintenance items, both cheap and straightforward. Contractors often report spending less than $400 every 100,000 miles to keep their trucks running. One Oklahoma builder, who's run his 2005 F-150 4.6 for 17 years, describes it as the only truck in his fleet that never left him stranded on a job site. While newer trucks are loaded with electronics that fail outside warranty, this generation F-150 keeps it simple. No cam phaser drama, no expensive timing chain repairs, just a basic overbuilt V8 and a transmission that's easy to service. For anyone shopping the sub $6,500 bracket, the 2004 to 2008 F-150 4.6-liter is the safe bet the big brands would rather you overlook, quietly outlasting trendier trucks with nothing more than regular oil and a stack of cheap coil packs. Number 9. The Dodge Dakota from 1997 to 2004 stands as the American mid-size pickup that refuses to back down, even as the big names push you toward bigger, thirstier trucks. Built during an era when Dodge still believed in overbuilding frames, the Dakota delivers a rare mix of V6 torque and real-world toughness. The backbone of this truck is its stout 3.9-liter and 4.7-liter engines, both known for shrugging off high mileage and abuse that would sideline lesser competitors. Survivor stories aren't just internet legend. One plumber in Ohio still runs his 2001 Dakota with over 280,000 miles, using it daily to haul tools and pipes across town. He picked it up for $2,800, put another $1,500 into front-end work, and now calls it the best investment his business ever made. What keeps these Dakotas alive isn't fancy tech. It's the simple, serviceable design. Ball joints and front bushings need attention every 100,000 miles, but replacements are cheap and widely available. The frame, shared with the Durango, resists the kind of twist and rust that send other trucks to the scrapyard. Parts interchange with Ram family trucks means you're never at the mercy of dealership pricing. Listings for solid examples regularly fall between $2,500 and $6,000, making this one of the last affordable, American-built trucks that can still handle real work. While it won't win any fuel economy contests, the Dakota's torque and ruggedness keep it in the fight long after the competition has tapped out. For anyone tired of being told bigger is better, the Dakota proves that mid-size muscle and honest engineering still have a place on American roads. 8th place belongs to the Mazda B-Series from 1994 to 2009, a truck that lets sharp buyers outsmart the system and the car companies that hope you'll overlook it. Under the skin, this is a Ford Ranger in every meaningful way. Same frame, same bulletproof engines, same parts catalog. But because it wears a Mazda badge, sellers and even dealers routinely price these trucks $1,000 or more below their Ford twins. That's the loophole car companies don't advertise, and it's why landscapers, small business owners, and anyone who works with their hands have quietly made the B-Series their secret weapon. One landscaper in Phoenix picked up a 2002 B3000 for $2,900 with 180,000 miles. He's now at $360,000, still running the original 3.0-liter V6 and 5-speed manual, with nothing but routine fluid changes and a clutch swap at $220,000. The trick is simple. Verify the parts numbers before you buy, and you'll unlock the full Ranger catalog for repairs, upgrades, and even salvage yard finds. Craigslist and Facebook listings consistently show B-Series trucks $500 to $1,500 cheaper than equivalent Rangers, especially in base trims and two-wheel drive. For anyone tired of paying the Ford premium, the Mazda B-Series is proof that badge engineering can be a buyer's best friend, delivering the same legendary durability for less, all while car companies bury the pricing gap in plain sight. Number 7. The Toyota Tundra from 2000 to 2006 stands as the full-size import the big automakers never wanted to see on American roads, let alone still running strong decades later. Powered by the legendary I-Force 4.7-liter V8, this truck was engineered during Toyota's era of overbuilt reliability, when longevity mattered more than marketing flash. Owners routinely report original engines cresting 300,000 miles, and there's a documented survivor in Georgia with over 390,000 miles, still on its first V8 and automatic transmission. Unlike many domestic V8s of the same era, the I-Force shrugs off abuse and keeps its composure even after years of towing and highway pounding. What sets the Tundra apart isn't just the engine, it's the simple, heavy-duty frame and a cab designed to outlast the competition. O2 sensors and minor exhaust leaks are common at high mileage, but these fixes are straightforward and often cost less than a single monthly payment on a new truck. Finding a Tundra under $6,500 takes patience, especially in the Midwest or Northeast, where frame rust can be a deal breaker. Savvy buyers hunt in the South and Southwest, where clean, high-mileage examples still surface for $5,000 to $6,500. One long-haul driver in Arizona credits his 2002 Tundra for surviving cross-country runs, family moves, and years of desert heat, never leaving him stranded, just needing the occasional exhaust patch and routine oil changes. While car companies push newer, more complicated trucks, the early Tundra quietly proves that honest engineering and a bulletproof V8 can deliver a lifetime of service on a working-class budget. Number 6. The Dodge Ram 1500 and 2500 from 1998 to 2005 stands as the heavyweight bruiser that car companies wish would finally disappear from America's roads. Built with fleet buyers and hard labor in mind, these Rams are powered by engines like the 5.2-liter and 5.9-liter Magnum V8s, workhorses designed for torque, not for coddling. It's not uncommon to find examples with 300,000 miles still hauling loads, their odometers spinning past what most modern trucks ever see. The real secret behind their endurance isn't just the drivetrain. It's the parts interchange and sheer simplicity. Fleet maintenance records show these trucks thrive on basic service, with transmissions and differentials easily swapped from a donor truck or salvage yard. In the world of DIY mechanics, one owner in Indiana rebuilt his 2001 Ram 1500 in his driveway, with nothing but a socket set and a borrowed engine hoist, replacing the seats and bolting on a new exhaust for less than $600. These trucks are everywhere under $6,500, especially in base trims, and the aftermarket is flooded with affordable upgrades. Bench seat replacements, heavy-duty shocks, and even bolt-on exhaust kits. While fuel economy is a weak spot, and interior plastics can show their age, the Ram's frame and running gear were engineered for punishment, not polish. Fleet title records and auction listings confirm their presence in municipal and construction fleets well into the 300,000-mile range, outlasting trendier rivals. For anyone who values American muscle and the ability to keep a truck alive with basic tools, the 1998 to 2005 Ram 1500 and 2500 deliver a kind of working-class immortality the automakers would rather you forget. Number 5. The Chevrolet Colorado and GMC Canyon from 2004 to 2012 brings something the big automakers would rather you overlook: a mid-size pickup that delivers both real-world durability and fuel economy the full-sizers can't touch. At the heart of these twins is the 3.5-liter inline-5 engine, a design that raised eyebrows at launch but has quietly racked up high-mileage survivor stories coast to coast. One commuter in Kansas documented 230,000 miles on his original i5 Colorado, still running daily with nothing but regular oil changes, a radiator swap, and a heater core fix. He handled himself for under $120 in parts. That's the kind of DIY repair the car companies hate, because it means you're not coming back for a $2,000 dealer invoice every time something goes wrong. What sets the Colorado and Canyon apart isn't just their longevity. It's the fact that you can find them everywhere under $6,500, often with less rust than their older rivals, and a modern, comfortable cab. Early models routinely deliver up to 24 miles per gallon on the highway, making them a favorite among commuters and small business owners who need a work truck but can't afford to bleed at the pump. The i5 engine, when properly maintained, shrugs off the 200,000-mile mark, and even the automatic transmissions tend to outlast expectations if fluid changes aren't ignored. Cooling system fixes are the most common repair. Radiators and heater cores can go at higher mileage, but parts are cheap and widely available. The real trick is to watch for service records showing regular coolant flushes and to check that the heater core has been replaced or is still functioning. Listings for solid Colorado and Canyon trucks under $6,500 are everywhere, especially in the South and Midwest, where rust is less of a threat. For anyone tired of the gas-guzzling full-size arms race, these trucks prove you can have a reliable, economical pickup that refuses to die, no matter how hard the automakers try to push you into something new. When you find one with a documented maintenance history and a healthy i5, you're looking at a truck that can outlast the payment books and the planned obsolescence built into so many modern models. Number 4. The Ford F-250 and F-350 Super Duty from 1999 to 2007 stands as the last of the truly overbuilt American workhorses. Trucks the industry quietly hopes you'll overlook when searching for a forever rig. In a world obsessed with diesel badges and complicated electronics, it's the gas-powered V10 and 5.4-liter V8 Super Duties that keep showing up on farms and construction sites, still running after decades of abuse. There's a legendary story of a 610,000-mile V10 survivor, hauled hay, pulled trailers, survived Midwest winters, serviced on a strict schedule, and never left its owner stranded. While most gas Super Duties don't hit that number, it's not uncommon to spot these trucks with 300,000 or even 400,000 miles on the odometer, especially when basic fleet maintenance is followed. Regular axle and brake inspections, spark plug thread repairs, and transmission fluid changes every 60,000 miles. The heavy-duty frames and solid rear axles were engineered for punishment, not comfort, and it shows. These trucks routinely tow 10,000 pounds or more, shrugging off loads that would cripple lighter pickups. Listings for high-mileage V10s and 5.4s regularly fall under $6,500, especially in gas trims and XL work packages, making them the best-kept secret for buyers who need true hauling muscle without the diesel tax. Owners from the Midwest to the Rockies tell the same story. If you keep up with the basics and don't ignore the early warning signs, coil pack misfires, brake vibration, rear axle seals, these trucks just keep going. Car companies bury the repair records and push you toward newer, softer models. But the Super Duty's reputation is built on hard evidence. A fleet backbone that outlasts trends and survives job sites where others tap out. For anyone who needs a rig that can handle years of heavy work and still come back for more, the 1999 to 2007 Super Duty gas trucks are the iron backbone the industry would rather you forget. Coming to the top 3, the Nissan Titan from 2004 to 2008 stands as the blue-collar outsider that refuses to die, even as the big brands and their marketing machines work overtime to keep it in the shadows. While the headlines always focus on the usual domestic giants, the early Titan quietly built a reputation for full-size toughness, surviving job site abuse and oil-field miles that would send lesser trucks to the scrapyard. The heart of the Titan's endurance is its 5.6-liter Endurance V8, a workhorse that shrugs off 270,000 miles when given basic care. There are survivors with original engines and transmissions still running strong after years of towing and heavy hauling. Oilfield workers in Texas and Oklahoma often swear by these trucks, with one rig mechanic describing his 2005 Titan as the only truck that handled mud, heat, and 16-hour shifts without a whimper, even after the odometer rolled past 250,000. But here's the catch: car companies would rather you miss. The Titan's longevity depends on knowing exactly where to look. Early models are notorious for rear differential failures, a design flaw Nissan quietly addressed in later years but rarely advertised. Technical service bulletins and owner forums are filled with stories of differentials needing rebuilds or replacements around the 160,000 to 200,000 mile mark. Savvy buyers know to demand proof of a differential service or recent rebuild before putting cash on the table. The other watch point is frame rust, especially around the rear leaf spring mounts and axle area. While not as widespread as some rivals, Titans from northern states can hide corrosion that threatens long-term survival. A thorough frame inspection, especially in Rust Belt regions, is non-negotiable. The payoff for buyers who do their homework is huge. Listings for high-mileage Titans routinely fall below $6,500, with many trucks showing 200,000 miles or more and still running original alternators, starters, and water pumps. Aftermarket support is robust, and repairs, while sometimes more involved than on a Ranger or S10, are still manageable for the determined DIYer. Owners who address the differential and keep the frame clean report annual maintenance costs under $600, a fraction of what newer trucks demand in dealer invoices. The Titan's real secret is that it delivers import-grade reliability with full-size muscle, provided you outsmart the hidden pitfalls the manufacturers never put in the brochure. For those tired of brand snobbery and willing to learn the watch points, the 2004 to 2008 Titan is the underdog that just keeps coming back, long after the ads and the accountants have moved on. In second place, the Ford Explorer Sport Trac from 2001 to 2005 stands as the chameleon of the pickup world, part SUV, part truck, and all survivor. Built on the backbone of the Explorer SU5 but with a real pickup bed, it was Ford's answer to families who needed weekday comfort and weekend grit without breaking the bank. What sets the Sport Trac apart isn't just its blend of features, but its uncanny ability to outlast expectations. Owners routinely report survivors crossing 220,000 miles, still running strong after years of road trips, construction sites, and family camping adventures. Under the hood, the 4.0-liter SOHC V6 might not win any drag races, but it's a workhorse that shrugs off high mileage when basic maintenance is kept up. The real secret is parts commonality. Nearly every mechanical component is shared with the Explorer SUV or Ranger pickup, making repairs cheap and parts easy to find at any salvage yard or parts counter. Timing chain tensioners are the main watch point. Ford's original design was prone to rattle and eventual failure, but by 2003, an updated tensioner and guide kit solved the problem for good, turning a potential engine killer into a straightforward driveway fix. Another common quirk is the heater blend door, which controls cabin temperature. When it fails, owners have learned to swap it out themselves with $30 in parts and an afternoon of tinkering, a far cry from the $1,200 dealer invoice car companies hope you'll pay on newer models. What makes the Sport Trac a bargain isn't just its longevity, but its versatility. The four-door cab fits 5 adults comfortably, the composite bed resists dents and rust, and the roof rack plus available hard-to-know cover make it a favorite for everyone from weekend mountain bikers to small business owners. Listings for solid examples with under 200,000 miles routinely fall between $3,500 and $6,000, and even higher mileage trucks can be found for less, especially if you're willing to do a bit of DIY work. Owners who keep up with timing chain service and blend door fixes report annual maintenance costs under $500, with most repairs handled at home using basic tools. While the big brands push you toward ever larger, complicated trucks, the 2001 to 2005 Sport Trac quietly proves that a simple, adaptable design can outlast planned obsolescence and corporate indifference. For anyone who needs a pickup that can haul mulch one day and take the family hiking the next, this is the under $6,500 truck car companies would rather you forget. A multi-role workhorse built to survive no matter what the ads say. The GMC Sierra Classic and 2500 from 1995 to 2006 built a reputation that outlasts trends, recalls, and even the companies that made them. Under the hood, the Vortec 5.7 and 6.0 V8s weren't just about horsepower. They were about building something that could take abuse for decades. These trucks weren't designed for planned obsolescence. They were built to be fixed, not thrown away. That's why stories circulate of Sierras still running strong after 470,000 miles on their original engines and transmissions, hauling logs in Oregon or pulling trailers across Texas. Owners in the trades know these trucks aren't just survivors. They're the backbone of fleets that can't afford downtime. What sets the Sierra apart isn't just the engine, it's the entire repair ecosystem. Every major component, from the intake manifold to the axles, can be swapped out with parts pulled from junkyards or ordered online. The frame is overbuilt, the suspension is straightforward, and the wiring harnesses are easy to trace and fix. There's no need for proprietary scan tools or dealer-only modules. Aftermarket support is everywhere, offering everything from heavy-duty bushings to upgraded cooling systems. Even the most worn-out Sierra can be brought back with basic tools and a little know-how. But the real secret, the one GM never advertised, is the $50 fix that turns the Vortex's so-called Achilles' heel into a non-issue. The original intake manifold gasket was prone to failure, but a simple upgrade to improved gasket materials paired with a thorough cooling system flush solves the problem for good. Logging crews and utility workers have been quietly making this fix for years, turning what could have been a fatal flaw into a rite of passage. One Montana utility supervisor tells of his 2001 Sierra 2500, bought at auction with 260,000 miles, now past 470,000 after 2 gasket swaps, some alternators, and routine fluids. It's outlasted newer trucks, survived a rollover, and still runs daily routes. Market prices reflect their reputation. Work truck Sierras with high mileage regularly sell for $3,000 to $6,500. The Vortec engines, with regular coolant and oil changes, shrug off 300,000 miles and keep going. Transmissions and differentials can be replaced for less than the cost of tires on a modern pickup. For those who want a truck that refuses to die, the Sierra Classic and 2500 offer a blueprint for longevity, built on honest engineering and a culture of owners who know how to keep a good thing going. From the humble Toyota Tacoma with 450,000 miles to the unstoppable GMC Sierra Classic topping 470,000, this countdown has exposed 15 pickup trucks that car companies would rather you overlook. What's the real shock? It isn't just the eye-popping odometer numbers. Across every entry, simple engines, shared parts, and rugged frames outlast corporate upgrades or flashy tech. Whether it's the budget Ford Ranger, the rebadged Mazda B-Series, or the heavy-duty Ford Super Duty hauling past 500,000 miles, the pattern is clear. Durability isn't a luxury, it's a design choice. The most extreme survivors all have one thing in common. They're easy to fix, cheap to keep, and built for real work, not showroom sizzle. The top-ranked Sierra proves a $50 secret fix can outsmart planned obsolescence. In a world where the big companies chase profits with complexity, this list proves the trucks that never die are hiding in plain sight, waiting for the average American, not the boardroom. That's the truth they don't want you to see, and the power that comes from knowing what really lasts.